Bang! Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I thought that maybe we could start doing this on Wednesday nights, not on Saturday nights when everybody's busy watching fights and stuff. But welcome back. I have the Stone Sailor, who is supposed to be coming back, but he's not in the backstage yet. But we do have a couple other guys in the backstage. San Joaquin Valley Transparency is here. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Good to
Welcome
see you, bro.
aboard.
Good to see everybody.
And we have Auditing Erie County.
Glad to be here Wednesday night, folks.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the other night. And I had to return the favor, of course. Bring you on here.
Always glad to network with the boys.
Bang! Bolt Action News Group. That's everybody doing this. If you pick up a camera and you record the cops, you can tell them you're part of Bang! Bolt Action News Group. So yeah, man. Like I said, we're waiting for the Stone Sailor. He's UA right now. What is that?
Well,
6 a.m.
While we wait, I'd like to give a shout out to all the vets that are out there, especially if you're doing audits and if you found yourself in this community. Shout out to you. I personally believe that you guys served twice. So thank you and shout out to all the vets out there. I know Rob Farley was going to be coming in soon, so I was kind of hoping to wait for him to say that, but
Right on. Yeah, no, shout out to all the vets, including your son, bro, fellow Marine. And I know that I saw an auditor the other day embarrassingly not know what December 7th was, and the channel he was on told him, hey, it's Pearl Harbor Day, and he was like, oh, whatever, he blew it off. And like, how do yeah, we took an L that day, but don't ever forget. And it's not like let's write some Patriot Act for it, but that was a sneak attack, or it was planned. Whatever it was, a lot of Americans died that day. Some ships were sunk. That sucks. So if you have a flag in your yard, remember to bring it down to half mast in the morning or half staff. And then at noon, at 12 o'clock noon, you put it back up where it's supposed to be. A lot of people think you're supposed to have it down all day, but it's wonderful to have your flag, but don't treat it like a logo. Treat it like the symbol that it is. And I don't mean to go off on this, but I'm that guy. It's like if you have that flag, have the respect to learn how to display it properly. If you put it up on the wall, make sure that the field is on the left. The only time it goes on the right is on a casket, so the soldier inside can see it on the left. But yeah, stuff like that you gotta learn. Educate yourself every day.
great info. Shout out to Joey and rest in peace to Jay Cyril Camera.
Rest in
I miss
peace,
that dude. I know he'd be here with us right now if he was still alive.
He would, man. We used to talk to him all the time, man. It's been a little over a year now, a year and a couple months since we lost him. And one thing that I've started doing, if you guys haven't noticed, is I will go to our local Department of Health and get a dose of Narcan. I actually saw a YouTube video of somebody going into a pharmacy and saying, this is how I buy Narcan. And they go to a CVS or a Walgreens or something like that, and they show their process of actually purchasing it. When you could get it for free in Florida, at least, if you go to any Department of Health, they'll give you 2, 3, 4 doses of it. And you want that. Even if you don't know any users, you could get stuck behind one of them in traffic when they don't go on the green light. So make sure you have it. There's 4 minutes that your brain could be without oxygen. You could save a life.
Here in New York, all the town halls give it out for free as well. Some of these town halls actually have a vending machine. You just press the button. It's free.
Nice.
Erie County Hall is giving out some nice ones. And Erie County Hall, they actually come in a case, like a neoprene case, like you'd see in sunglasses. But yeah, they give it away here in New York for sure.
Good. Yeah, we get little boxes, and it's just a nasal spray. You don't have to stab anybody in the chest like it's Pulp Fiction or anything. You just give them a nasal spray, and you're good. You just saved somebody. And if they didn't need it, it's not harmful to administer that to somebody who's just passed out for something else or whatever. You know. All right, we got the Stone Sailor on stage. Hey, brother.
Nice.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome aboard,
Stone
shipmate.
Sailor.
Welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, Stone Sailor. You and I, for those of you who are new to the community, you and I had a show during 2020 during the lockdown when we could get everybody on Saturday night.
Yes, we did.
How did you introduce us? Can you do that one more time for us here tonight?
All right. Well, that was Saturday. Today's Wednesday Night Live.
Yeah.
Right? So let me start this one off the top. It ain't Ash Wednesday. It's Wednesday Night Live.
All right. That's perfect.
Reporting for duty.
Thank you, brother. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You
Is
just
that my
missed-
man up there? Is that my man up there? Yeah, it is. You
Good to
look
see you,
good,
Rob.
man.
Thank
You
you,
look
bro.
good. I love that shirt you're wearing, brother. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pendleton.
I'm the American flag guy. I love that shirt.
Oh, do you know Dan, auditing Erie County?
No, never. What's his name?
Auditing Erie County. His name's Dan,
Oh.
but he's from Erie County up in New York. Dan, why don't you introduce yourself to...
I go by a few names. I'm either Dan, just Dan for the cops, and Mr. Erie County when they have to know my last name. It's Mr. Erie
Okay.
County, of course. And then, no, my name is Dan. I'm here in Western New York, towards Buffalo, New York area.
Oh, okay. So it's cold up there, no doubt.
Oh, it's cold today. We got some snow on the ground for sure.
Oh yeah.
And also, most importantly, thanks to everybody who's watching now and in the future and everybody in the chat. I see Rogue Nation and Toe for Life and OG Pelon. What's up, everybody? Thank you for being here.
I actually got a quick question.
Look at these guys.
You were talking about the flag codes. I got some people that say they don't like when I wear the American flag because it goes against the code flag. What do you guys think about that?
You're free to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're free to do it now. When you alter an American flag, right? When you take an American flag and you alter it, now you're violating flag code. Like when
Yeah,
you
that's what I
post
tell
it
most
and it's
people. Like,
altered.
nah, my shirt was
Yeah.
never a flag.
Yeah,
It was always a shirt.
Exactly. Yeah, it was never It was never a flag that was raised, and you took the American flag and you altered it. That's what you're not allowed to do. Like the blue flag and a lot of these other flags.
Yeah, but also, it's how you mean it. You're wearing it because you're a patriot. You go and you're doing this thing. If you were just wearing it, to the beach and you sat on it when it was wrapped around your waist, that jacket, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different.
Then you're still free to do that too. Like, you guys know the professional douche, Michael Picard?
Oh yeah.
One of the things
That
I
name's familiar.
saw him do was he took the American flag and he put it down on the ground like it was a prayer mat. And he said, Allah bless America. and he was triggering a lot of people. But he was doing it just to make that point. Is like, he's not burning anything, but he's practicing his speech and religion all at the
I
same
get
time.
it. See, I get that. I get it. I understand what he's doing. I get it.
Yeah, you
Futoy, my brother.
you can't back the police unless you deep throat the whole boot.
That's it.
Oh, God.
All pigs matter. Pigs' lives matter. That's what he would say. He showed up at Back to Blue rallies in a big inflatable pig costume, and
Oh,
he
my
had a sign that
goodness.
said "Pigs' lives matter." and
Oh, my
everybody
God.
who would walk up to him offended, saying, "Why are you calling them pigs?" He's like, "Who? The police." It's like, "Why are you calling the police pigs?" I'm
Yeah,
talking about
exactly.
actual pigs. Like, their lives matter.
That's it. He's good. I like that. I like that.
So, shout out to Futoy, my brother. Futoy is in Ireland. We share the same name.
Beautiful
There
country.
are very few other Fintons who I know other than my uncle and this guy. What's up, Futoy? 357. What's up, brother? I'm just saying what's up to everybody in the chats, but Also, Stone Sailor, again, welcome back, man. This was
Thank you.
thanks for coming out here, and you know
Thanks for asking. I love it.
when we had a captive audience, you know, it was great. But I think Wednesday
Sure,
nights
yeah.
will work out better. You want to come back again next Wednesday?
Sure, absolutely.
You guys too?
Hey, I'm
Yeah, I'm
always
down.
down.
Nice.
You
What
know, that guy
give
up
me a
there is
one
busy
in the
man up
comments
there.
if you want to see us on Wednesday nights, guys, and hit us with questions, comments, agreements, and disagreements. We'll just be talking about stuff that we don't get to do videos about. You know, the stuff that slips between our fingers that other people have a lot more time for than we. You know, we'll highlight their video, put it out here, and do commentary and reactions. What do you think?
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see a lot of people in there. OG Pelon, Oklahoma Outlaw Audits, John Firm Audits. Real quick, I'd like to ask you guys, who are your favorite auditors out there right now that you guys like to watch, or that you start watching a video and you just kind of watch it all the way through? I'd like to name a couple that I think are doing really good work right now at the moment. Audit Them is doing really good, and I Am Free Inland Audits. I think he's doing outstanding work. What about you guys?
I'm gonna
Audit Them is definitely a hidden gem. I don't understand why he ain't got 200,000. Like, dude knows the law. He enforces the law, and he does kind of strictly, you know, foil audits. But man, he's got some good content. I don't know why he's not growing as fast.
I have to agree. I was just talking to Leslie Sylvan. If she's watching now or later, she was telling me that he is most improved auditor. Audit Them had some like a rough start at first, like just like everybody does, you know. But to come to the level that he's come to, I mean, he's just so calm and collected and knows the law letter for letter and lets them know in a calm way. And he turns people like Jedi mind trick style, man. He does a great job. But I'm also writing in Eric Brandt's address for people to write to him during the holidays. It means a great deal to him. Yeah. He's already called me and told me that a lot of you have seen my community post with his address and have written to him, and he is so thankful. And so am I, man. You just make us all look good and make him feel good. And please write to him, even if it's a postcard, it'll still get to him.
And Eric Brandt's a veteran too. He's a Navy veteran, so
he was an underwater atom smasher, is what I call it.
Yes,
he was a nuclear submarine technication, and you have to be very intelligent for that job.
Yes,
and I think people know he's, you know, he's a genius, and you know, a lot of geniuses fall sometimes, and that guy's doing 12 years right now, man. 12 years, and there's a guy in there.
How much does he have to go before he does? They have parole in that.
I think it's 5 years right now. They just denied his appeal. Unfortunately, they just denied his appeal, and man, it was sad to hear that. He oh, let's put this up too. If you have any videos that you want San Joaquin to highlight, send them to that. But yeah, he's in there with a guy who's doing 10 years for burning down his own house and killing his family in it too. And
oh my goodness.
It's messed up. The guy has got 10 years. Eric has 12 years for words.
Yeah. Ben, I saw in the prison. I saw all the time in the prison. You got guys that are molesting kids with 3-4 year sentences. You got a guy with crack with 12.5 to 15 mandatory right off the bat.
But how about like, what was the weirdest one? Because I think you told me somebody was in there for catching the wrong fish or a lobster that was too big.
I had to work. Yeah, I'd work overtime at the low institutions, you know, low security, and I bumped into a guy one time, and you know, I'm like, how long you do? I'm doing 15 months, and I'm like, well, what did they get you for? He's like, well, I illegally smuggling alligator hides.
Oh, alligator hides.
Alligator hides. He was trapping them and like selling the skins like illegally, and they grabbed them, and you know, commercial fishermen, to catch the wrong fish, they give them a year. They're convicted felons. They can't even go back to their jobs. I mean, these aren't people that you're worried about hurting you as your neighbor. You know what I mean? You're not concerned about living next to a fisherman or an alligator hunter or something like that, you know. But,
And it's not the corporation or the boat they work for. You know what I mean? It's just private fishermen.
Yes,
They don't go after big boats that do these drag nets and cause the real shortages and the real problems that make these foolish regulations, right?
Yep, absolutely. And those corporations, when they do catch them, they just fine them. And if you're worth $1 billion, you pay a $50 million fine and no one goes to jail and whatever. If you're just a regular fisherman or a trapper trying to, you know, whatever, they'll ruin your life. You know, with these little, you know, law. They make so many laws. What's that? Show me the man, I'll show you the crime, right? With Stalin's guy. Exactly. I forget his name. Yeah.
3 felonies a day, where it talks about how you walk out of your house and you're committing 3 felonies.
Yep.
You don't even know it.
I read the book. Good book. I read it a couple years ago. Good book.
Kip LA just left a comment up there. I don't know if you can scroll and find it. It says petitions can help commute or reduce a sentence. There's numbers in this community. I agree with that comment. I think one of the things that we ought to really be focusing on in the near future is learning how to write petitions, and learning how to use our numbers to get these petitions signed, and you know, make some changes, man, if that's possible, you know.
And it's really going to work good for him when he goes up for before the parole board. If everybody gets behind him and writes letters to the judge and speaks on his behalf, maybe we can get him out on the first try on parole. You know,
the judge who is going to listen to his sentence reduction is the same judge that denied his appeal.
Yeah. It's usually how it works.
There we go. I put in part of the address, and then I put in the city and state at the bottom, just so you wouldn't get it confused with putting in East Model or not. But yeah, he's 6 miles away from his property. He has land out there, and he can like see people going to and from his land, but he can't see it because it's over a ridge. This is what he told me. Like, he could look out his window, and he was just getting geared up to work all that land and just hang it up. And he just wanted to do that because he had done enough. You know, he won like 7 lawsuits, and he's made a lot of change out there. But his dog died recently, and a bunch of people went to his property for his dog's funeral, and he could see them driving up. He saw the procession of cars on the road from his window. Okay. And he said that meant a great deal to him too. So thanks to all the people who were watching that were there. But yeah, there's his address. I'll put it up one more time, and I'll pin it actually. So Rob, I actually had a story come to me from, guess what, folks? Santa Rosa County. I've done 3 stories on this one agency. The first story was when they pulled my wife's cousins over, and the Air Force veteran got the door slammed on her. He said he didn't give a fuck that she was a veteran. The second one was a couple who, and they've got a couple more stories. They're already suing the agency for millions of dollars because they were both arrested on felony theft charges because they saw a dog that was missing, that ran away out in the road. They tried to call it over, but it ran away. The woman who lost the dog accused them of stealing her dog. And someone, I don't know if it was her or if it was the cops or who it was, doctored the video to cut off the part where the dog ran away. She presented the video of them having the dog approach their car, but not the part where it ran away. So it looked like they took it. And just with that flimsy evidence, the cops got a judge to sign off on an arrest warrant for these 2 people, this couple. And then that was the second incident. The third one was Mike the Butcher. He was heading back to work. He works 70 hours a week at Winn-Dixie as a butcher. And he was in the passenger seat in the back of his son-in-law's car that got pulled over. And he gave his ID the first time. They ran it, didn't find anything. When they asked for it again, he asked them why. And they tackled him to the ground, messing up his fused vertebrae. Said that he was resisting an officer. He took it to trial, and the cops wiggled out of it and said that they were in South Florida for a hurricane relief, and any one of us would have gotten a bench warrant, right?
Yep.
So those 3 incidents so far, and I went and did a follow up to see, like, hey, you guys are going to tighten the screws, right? And like not make me come out here again, right? and the sergeant was like, oh no, yeah, lip service. And it turns out that their second in command was fired from correctional facility for not 1, 2, but 3 incidents of inappropriate behavior with, I don't know, another guard, a subordinate or something, which automatically disqualified him from becoming a sheriff's deputy. But he became a second in command as the sheriff's department. And that whole thing came out, and I guess the Federal Department of Law Enforcement, according to a local news reporter, they said that they found nothing wrong with him. He's good to keep his job. But now, Rob, a federal inmate in this county jail, was killed during a use of force incident.
Okay.
That just happened. You know, the deputy who was in charge of this, that actually used the force, did not use deadly force. He just used regular force. And that's the reason why they didn't even suspend him or anything. They don't have him on leave. He's still there.
And there's no record. Is there a camera, video of anything?
It's still under investigation, so they won't release anything. This is a
And
brand
the FBI. The FBI could take it over because it's a federal inmate. They could take over that investigation. These sheriffs get a lot of money to house federal inmates, so they they get paid a lot of extra money to house a federal inmate.
And what happens when the FBI shows up to the prison?
Well, it depends on what they're there for, but usually the warden is out in front waiting for them, and the whole chain of command, they're out there, kissing their ass and trying to cover up something, or like I said,
they'll circle the
depends
wagon.
on what they're there for. Yeah, circle the wagon. Yeah, and the FBI, they're you remember, everyone works for the Department of Justice. So whether you're the Bureau of Prisons or you're the FBI, you're still under the Department of Justice. So they look after each other.
Now, you did 8 years as a correctional officer at Coleman,
correctional officer, yeah.
right?
Coleman.
Was it all at Coleman?
All Coleman. Yep.
But before that, you went to Kansas, and they were going to give you a job there, right?
I got hired by the Federal Protective Service, to work in Kansas. They fooled me. They pulled an okie doke on me. I thought the hiring was for the whole United States, and I put in Jacksonville, Orlando, and Pensacola. But when I got there and went through the whole 3 days of testing and interviews, they're like, oh, we'll offer you a job. And I'm like, great, and they're like, yeah, but we only have positions here in Kansas. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I flew out there.
Smack dab in the middle of the United States. But
Yeah.
what I wanted to get to was your first day, and I tell this to people all the time, and I'm so proud of you about this, man. Your first day, what did you say to everybody there, bro?
Well, and we have an in-doc, when a new employee in-doc, and they do it for a week, and then you go off to the academy and you go through the thing. And they just went around the class and said, everyone stand up, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and everything. And so when it got to me, I just stood up and I said, I was a military policeman, for 20 years. And, if you do something wrong in front of me, I will report you. I don't play that shit. And just everyone kind of looked, and they were like, and that was it. But I set a tone, and it was just like that, so people, if they didn't want to work with me, that's fine. I didn't want to work with them, so it was fine with me.
That's good, man, because if they wanted to step out of line or something, they would just put you in the perimeter guard position where you were inside the facility. That would happen.
Or they would put me in the inside rec arts and crafts, where I would watch them knit and paint, and
Right.
I knew it was was like they wanted to send me away to some, but they kind of gave me an easy day anyway. It wasn't like I was complaining. They were playing music in there. It's crazy because the first time I got there, the first post that they put me there after I got back from the academy, I was all ready to go. I'm thinking penitentiary, let's go, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to, see. The first place they put me was in the inside recreation where they do all the arts and crafts and music and they're painting. Leonard Pelletier, the Native American activist, he's painting Geronimo. He's got paintings of all this. And I'm looking around and I'm like, wow. And at first I thought for a second, I'm like, this ain't a prison, it's art school. I said, this is art school. I was laughing. But
This was a minimum security?
no, max.
It was a max, huh?
Yeah, max. Yeah, we still have hobby craft and arts and stuff like that. It was just part of the and then later they move you to other posts, like mainline and housing units and stuff like that. But that's like how they ease you.
What was the worst?
Background on Rob, for all those who don't know, he just told you like his whole thing, but the reason you came into the community is you were watching YouTube videos because you suffered an injury to your back, lost the use of your legs temporarily until you smoked some magic stuff and got your legs powered back, right?
Yeah, basically I had a spinal injury, told I wasn't ever going to walk again, got medically retired from the prison, and I'm home wearing a diaper, with a tube in me, and and feeling sorry for myself. And then I'm running across YouTube. I don't know anything about YouTube. I was like, but prior to that, I was in the Navy, for 20 years. So I was just watching these YouTube channels, and I didn't know what auditing was. I had no idea what it was, and I watched it. And
you knew what it was. You didn't know what you were seeing, but you knew what it was.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just seeing guys walk around and they have a camera and people are freaking out and the cops are coming like it's a school shooting or something.
Yeah, what always stuck with me is that you love that we were giving them a chance to shine, and we always are. We're always giving them a chance to shine, and you could see that because you have like forward thinking. And I heard you say it on your channel the other day that if somebody ever stuck a camera in your face, you'd be like, "Hi, Mom." Exactly what we would love to see. Yeah,
it's not a hidden camera. It's there. I mean, it's like, think of an actor like Robert De Niro or Dustin Hoffman, and the director goes, cut, and he goes, duh, I don't know my lines. Basically, that's what these guys are doing. They're telling you, like, they're here, they have a camera. You should, wouldn't you put your best face forward and try to represent your department? And no matter how difficult the guy or gal gets, you want to show people that you have skills and know how to de-escalate and do things like that. This is your opportunity to show the world, how good you are and how good your department is. And I was so amazed that some of these guys just completely lost it. It was just like, who the hell are they hiring?
A lot of good guys who were in law enforcement, they retire when they can actually speak. They can tell us, like, shout out to DB McCrae. He was supposed to be here with us, but he couldn't make it. But he will say the same thing. It's like, I wish people could just put their best foot forward and just show what it's supposed to be about, not what it's turned into. And what it's turned into, it's like from the command staff all the way down, like I was just talking about. It's the bad apples have spoiled the bunch now. So the good cops are non-existent. There are good men doing bad jobs. They've been ordered to do bad jobs. And
they get bullied. A lot of good new cops, rookie corrections officers, they get bullied. They do. We don't do it that way. This is the way you do it, and they do shit like that. But they couldn't bully me. I was a 39-year-old guy with a full life behind me. I wasn't some rookie, 25, 24 years old, first job, and I'm as a corrections officer or a cop where I got this power over people. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Hey, I gotta say, San Joaquin, you just started working with a former law enforcement, and people have given you a hard time about that and everything, because they're just, I get it. People have a trauma that they've suffered because of some, but look, these people have taken a step into the right direction to help us help others. I think it's commendable, but go ahead, bro. Tell us about your new colleague.
Yeah, so my assistant, she's a publisher, and she one day I was talking to her, and I told her that I wanted to like maybe hire or talk with somebody who's an ex-cop, because I really wanted to have like an insight of, the training that they get, the training that they don't get, the culture in policing. And she told me, wow, it's amazing you're asking that, because I'm actually going to publish a book for an ex-cop who that I know. And so she pulled up the book because she already had it. I guess she's like doing some things with it. And I read the first chapter, and I was like, damn, she dropped like a bunch of F-bombs in the first paragraph, and I'm like, I like this girl. I think I'd like to, set up a meeting. And so we did. We set up a meeting, and I asked her if she would be willing to like script write for us, and even narrate. And right away she said yes. So, and it's the actual cop that I actually cussed out before a long time ago on one of my videos. And it's crazy because I'm beginning to learn, more about, some of these patterns that I see regarding cops and the culture of policing. And a lot of these things, we kind of know these things happen, but we don't usually get confirmation. I think with her, people like her, people with like We the People University, James Madison audits, and other people who have been cops, even Rob Farlow, we get a lot of the insight of how the nature of policing truly is. And I used to talk to this cop who is no longer a cop no more. He retired young because he was injured. But one of the things we used to talk about was the fact that his father hated who he became. He cheated on his wife. He went to the bars with the other cops after work. And he began to just kind of hate himself, and just started drinking a lot and just doing drugs and different stuff, steroids. And his father died, hating who he became. He cheated on his wife. His wife left him. And you hear stories like this a lot of police officers who are actually on the force. They have, if you begin to speak to some of them, behind the scenes, they have a way about them. And it's like, F this, F that, I hate this, I don't care if that guy dies. And it's almost like an evil nature, like demonic creatures, as Southeastern PA calls them.
I promised I wouldn't interrupt, but I have to right here, brother. I'm sorry, man. It's just that what you're saying right now goes to the commend Rob Farlow. A lot of these people, they spend some time and they realize, oh, I can't do it, this and that, blah, blah. It's just too much for me. And Rob Farlow, I was watching you. You're nodding your head the whole time, like, yep, I heard those stories.
True.
Because you worked with those guys in what, almost 30 years. You did 20 years as a law enforcement officer in the military, and then 8 more. And that's like showing all kinds of restraint with people who are armed in an enemy territory. And then in a federal maximum security facility, another 8. You had people coming to you with all these problems, your colleagues telling you like all these things, but you were this guy was always the nice guy. You spent that goes to almost 30 years, and you didn't compromise yourself. You were a good man that whole time. You still are, man. And I just had to interrupt for that because it's important. Like, you hear all these people, like we talked about 3 other channels, and all their time as police officers combined does not equal yours,
Well, I also had a father that was a very bad guy and got convicted of murder and went to the penitentiary when I was a young man and had to visit him in Trenton State Prison as a young boy. I got Polaroids. Hurricane Carter was there, and Hurricane Carter wrote the book 16th Round. He put my dad in the book because my dad and him were very good friends. And so I kind of had a different, all my cousins went to prison. I have, everyone in my family kind of went that way. I just went the other way because I just kind of was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I don't want to live like that. I want to live, I want different. I want better things for myself. So,
That's good, man. That's what I always tell cops every time I see them. You could be an example or a warning. And
But as far as like adultery and then
which is which.
Bro, even in the prisons, the corrections officers, as far as adultery and guys sleeping with girls there, with wives, having babies with other officers while they got wives and kids, it's insane. The drinking too, forget about it. These guys,
it's like
there's a
like Dominicans. I'm half Dominican, and we have a reputation of being unfaithful. It's like cops have that same reputation. Cops will cheat on their wives in a heartbeat. And because there's so many badge bunnies out there.
Yeah.
But San Joaquin, I'm sorry to interrupt. You were talking about that guy, and
he basically his wife left him, and as soon as his wife left him, the girlfriend that he was cheating on his wife with left him as well for other cops, and he was just like lost inside. Recently I read the book that Abaya Israel wrote for We the People University. And in this book, he talks a lot about that kind of that stuff, the hanging out after work, joining this unofficial club, right? And Abaya Israel is no longer on the force. He obviously he's going to spend quality time with his family this Christmas. Kids are going to be opening gifts with him around, and it's like, what do you want to lose your soul along the way to gain notoriety within this club? One of the things that my assistant talks about is the fact that she, is the kind of, you're kind of expected to sleep around, and even though she was single, even though she could probably hooked up with all the guys, she's not bad looking, by the way. Even though all of that, she didn't really want to be part of that club. She said they were all just nasty dudes, and the way they are is just the way they behave is like it's disgraceful. And so as soon as she didn't really want to join their unofficial club, she was on her way out. They wanted to see her out. Any little complaint or anything, she was getting written up, and while everybody else was doing what they wanted to do, and they'll see you out. They'll see you out of there if you're not going to fall in line. Cops have this. Cops hate.
Unless you have a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, but now you got a black belt, right?
I'm a black
You lost
belt,
the use of your legs, but you went from brown belt to black belt when you regained them, right?
I regained them, yeah. I regained them, and even when I was paralyzed, they would still bring me out on the mat in the wheelchair and throw me on the ground, and I would just roll around, and like little kids would try to choke me out and everything, and I would just go like this, just kind of flop around like a fish. But now I could beat every one of those little kids.
Dan, that's enough out of you.
Who, me?
I like Abaya Israel. Real smart guy. Right?
Yeah.
I love what he's doing. Love his channel. Love his content. Yeah.
Shout out to We the People University. People put his link up there. Any mods? Ed Chaos, good to see you, brother. Ed is a good man who helped me with the Tom Wells. I'm going to put that on my Bolt Action News Group channel, the entire trial. It was 16 hours. And I got to be honest with you, I got traumatized by that. Man. I was there, and it makes me sound like delicate sensibilities, but it's little things, which is a big thing. It's like that really get to me. I can watch somebody get trampled by cars on a highway, mincemeated, but to watch a man who was campaigning for public office for the right reasons to get kicked off of the public university for no reason and get tackled at 71 years old and then get dragged through court and have a jury of bootlickers convict him of resisting officers when he did nothing wrong. That at 16 hours in a courthouse, it was traumatic for me, man.
I believe it.
And you know what? I really thought that going up to Georgia with Rogue Nation and watching his trial was going to be a redemption to that. And because loitering near inmates when there were no inmates, a law that nobody has been charged with since 1906, they convicted him. And he has 3 years probation, and he has to ask for. So for any of those people that are like, take the charge, fight it, stop pinning your hopes on dreams and illusions. because you're in a fantasy land. Pin your hopes on reality. The reality is what we're doing is we're going to go and document where there needs to be a problem. And you need to activate yourself, not on our channel with smashing your fingers on your phone about us not taking the charge. Contact your local congressman or commissioner and let them know that this behavior will not go uncorrected, that you want them to do something about it or you'll do something about them next election. If you believe in election, you know, if you don't.
So many people want to say, "Oh, take that charge," until it costs you 15,000 to get your actual freedom back, and then taking that charge isn't so fun.
Yeah, they rig. Yeah, they rig it. It's so rigged against the citizen right now. It's disgusting. You know,
I just sat through a trial with a Hamburg cop. Watched the Hamburg cop sit there on the stand, lying through his teeth under oath, and it's just like he was a scumbag the day I videoed him. He was a bigger scumbag the day he friggin' lied on oath to make it look worse than it was. It's just you know, like, take that charge. It's all fun and games until you got to pay 15,000-20,000 to get your rights back, you know, and then you want to sue them, you get that money back. Maybe you'll get it back in 5 to 6 years.
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah,
and that's how it works.
right.
And then the lawyers, they ain't lining up to take these cases.
Oh, the lawyers forget it.
You're absolutely right, man. As a matter of fact, you know, when you think of lawyers, there's a reason why that profession is considered the devil's advocate. You know, they're willing to take your money, sometimes even knowing that cops will get off on qualified immunity or whatnot. You know, lawyers are not intelligent aliens. You know, lawyers are people too. You know, this auditing community, I think, is like the first time in history where the people are actually coming together to actually teach each other the rights. You know, they're not really teaching us our rights in schools, you know, anywhere else. So we, the people, had to figure out a way to get together, try to figure out what our rights are. You know, we started recording cops in the streets. We started taking it to these government installations. And now we're seeing people going into, you know, these city council meetings, learning case laws on that and how to stop these tyrants from, you know, from shutting us up. And now I believe what we really need to do is focus as well on the language of the courts. You know, what do lawyers do when they fight for us in court, or when they act like they fight for us in court? Maybe a lot of the lawyers do. I'm not trying to throw them all under the bus here, but we the people, you know, lawyers are people too. So we need to educate ourselves on the terminology and the verbiage of the courts, and learn, you know, how to look up case laws, how to bring all your case laws with you to court, have them all written down so you could present it when you need to. You know, what Supreme Court case laws will help us in certain areas. That's exactly what lawyers do anyways. They fight for you, look back for other case laws that pertain to your situation. Exactly. So let's keep going, auditing community. I mean, I think we're only going to get better from here. We're going to have, how many more cops are we going to see that have left the force? A guy left a comment on their rhetorical question. I think it was funny. He said, how many auditors have become cops? But at the same time, you know, maybe we do need to see people that follow our community join the force or go into politics or you know, like Big G said right here in the comments a little bit ago that he'd like to run for mayor. I would love to see that. We had Crystal Macropolis, Jersey Watcher, run for mayor. He lost, but he ran. You know what I mean? And this is what I'd like to see more of in the future. You know, people, you know, that support this community, support freedom, support each other, start going into looking in these areas and make this thing a lot bigger than we could possibly even imagine. I believe this community is still in its infancy stages. So
2025, I might go ahead and run for sheriff.
Run for sheriff.
Hell yeah, bro. Fuck yeah.
They would shit their pants here.
69% of local sheriffs ran unopposed. 69. Ran unopposed.
Yeah.
You gotta,
it's just like
fight against that. And if you live in Pinellas County, James McClinnis will be running for sheriff again. Vote for James McClinnis. He is a badass dude. You know, he told me a story of when he used to live up in Detroit and his friend got arrested and he was in a badass car. He restores cars and stuff. His friend was being taken by the cop car. He rammed the cop car. he followed in his own car and rammed that cop car. Yeah, I'll let him tell the rest of the story. But we have good guy audits backstage. I want to bring him up. because he's up in New York, and New York has
He's in
New
the
York
thick of
City.
it, baby.
Yeah,
He's
New
in
York City.
Tyrant Central, man. I got utmost respect for this guy. I just showcased one of his videos this morning, man. This cop is just out of touch with reality.
Hey,
That's
what's
a
up?
badass logo. I'm glad you went with that one. You put it up on your thing to choose between the other two, right? Between
Yeah, the other one doesn't say activism. I paid this girl $45. She does like logos or whatever, and she
that looks just like you too, though, bro.
Yeah, that's when the AI first came out and everybody was getting the pictures of themselves.
Yeah, I
It's like
have one like that.
Yeah, it was like a little trend. And I paid $7 and they gave me like fucking 40 pictures of me in artificial intelligence. So
Damn, I only had to pay $4.
oh, you have the discount. So I've had that picture for a while. I just think it was very nice.
But welcome aboard, man, and congratulations on your recent. You had a championship, right? Didn't you have a?
I've been to 10 championships since 2020, and I've only won 7 of them. So I was just in a
Only
championship.
7?
Yeah, only 7.
Step it up. Step it up.
I'm trying to win a national championship when I go to Florida and I play for the Nationals. I've been to 5 of them since 2020, and I haven't won one yet. So
Now you play football, right?
yeah, I play semi-pro football.
Let everybody know, bro. I saw a video with you and this cop, that the big mad cop. He got in the car and said "STFU" on his way out.
Yeah, that was funny. He was mad.
That
He's like, do me a favor and stop recording the car. I was like, why would I do that? Like, what? I don't know. I something. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have a sign or a tattoo that's invisible on my head that says, "Go hands on with me." But these fucking cops just love going hands on with me for some reason. And it's funny because like I've been playing football 26 years. It's not easy to move me, bro. Like, if you see me get moved, it's usually because they grab my backpack or they grab like a part of me, or you know what I mean. I'm not really paying attention.
But
that video I did today, where'd that
different
cop grab
from-
you by your shirt and throw you, or how did that happen?
He grabbed.
It happened because he's in the city, and it happens to every other auditor in that city too, bro. You're not.
Well, wait, are you the guy that caught the cop sleeping?
Shoulder out.
Did
Yeah,
you catch the cop sleeping and he got mad at you? I saw that.
yeah, that was
I
crazy.
saw that.
Hey,
He
but no,
grabbed me.
seriously,
I had
to
a-
be real, that happens to everybody in the city because they have 40,000 gang members there.
I had a book bag on, and he grabbed me from my book bag, and it took him two hands, and he struggled. If you watch the video, he like really struggled to move me, like. And
And if you don't have a phone to record and defend what you're, forget it. The New York City cops will break your bones.
fucking
The cop
traffic,
literally said, "You're lucky you're recording." It's like, really? That's
Yeah,
a threat.
bro. He's soft, bro. That guy is soft. He said, "I don't give a fuck if it's your right to record. It's harassment." Like, what? Shut the. Go back to sleep, bro.
Yeah, you catch him sleeping on the job and he wants to, beat you up for it.
You handled that like a G, dude. I was so proud. I had to do a story on that one myself.
I appreciate that. Yo, I went to the traffic. I found their little headquarters that was supposed to be hidden. And I found it and I went inside and the fucking traffic cop went hands on, bro.
Is that the one you just put out?
Yeah, fucking went like 2 plainclothes traffic officers. Like, first of all, I don't even know who you are. Like, why you just come up to me and grab me?
Bro, they're stupid.
Bro, I had him
Because
with one hand against the.
They're supposed to be plain clothes undercover, right? But they see
I don't know what he was.
They are, but they blow their cover to fuck with you. And the same thing happened to OGI, Open Government Investigation, down in South Florida. He went into a police department and he's recording them, and then they start following him so conspicuously that he records their tags and then follows them to their safe house that they've had safe for like 20 years. And they even came out and told him, "Stop blowing our cover. We've had this place for 20 years." He was like, "Why did your stupid ass follow me then? Break off, man. Break away."
Exactly.
I don't know. I didn't think they were on duty. I think they were off duty, but either way, like you don't even ask me, hey sir, how you doing? Do you need any help? Is there anything we can do for you? You just come up and start grabbing me, bro. Like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's just what's San Joaquin? What's up?
What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
What's good, D? How you doing?
Good, good.
I like calling people's name that start with D. D.
That's
My name starts with a D.
a couple of people up here.
It's the coolest letter, bro. Like it's like, yo, what's good, D? It just flows, like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody's name
I
started
think the
with
coolest letter is G.
if somebody's name started with F, you know, I'm like, yo, what's up, F?
Nah, G. That's my
Put
middle
the
name.
F's up.
My friend was like, "What's your middle name or middle initial?" I said G. He's like,
G
"No,
is
for
pretty
real?"
cool. Like, yo,
I
what's
said,
good,
G.
G?
I'm a
G
G.
is G is good though. G is decent. It's like, yo, what's good, G? What's up, my
Right.
G? It's not as cool as D though.
Yeah,
Can't
D's
Yeah, my
definitely the
middle name's
best.
Gerard.
That's right, D. Tell him, let him know. D is the best, bro. Fake Mike Real News is in the building.
What's up? Shout out to Fake Mike Real News. I love this kid, man. And I
Yo,
say kid,
that dude is smart, bro.
he
Yo,
is. He
He
is.
is. I know. I've seen him.
Look at this.
Will Turbot. Oh, you
Nice.
got the book from We the People University. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yo, this is a must read, bro.
It's good, huh?
That shit affected the way I do my audits, bro. Just knowing, like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at shit differently. It's just like you already know, but like reading the book before I go out to audit is just it like reminds me of what I'm going up against. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm looking for a book right now, so you guys talk.
Flash that book again, please. San Joaquin, flash that again.
It's the same book that Good Guy Audits has. It's We the People University's book.
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah. Mhm.
Here's the 3 felonies a day book that I was
Yep.
talking about earlier.
But I don't know how to read or write though, so don't you know?
He just draws. He draws, guys.
Well, hopefully it's got a lot of pictures.
Rise of the Oath Breakers, Part 1 and 2. Get these books.
I went to a precinct early and I was recording the inside the cars. And the officer's like, yo, you need help? I'm like, no, I'm okay. He's like, are you gonna continue to pair in our cars? I was like, yeah, why not? He's like, you can't do that. I was like, bro, you do it all the time. He's like, you're right. And then he walked away.
That's right.
I was like, you
That's
look
good.
at cars all the time. He goes, it's my job too. I said, it's my job too. He said, okay. And walked away. It was the funniest shit. Yo, San Joaquin, how's your son?
good, man. My oldest son, Junior, he just walked in. He's gonna be cooking dinner for us tonight. That dude's the chef, man. He can cook, and so every once in a while he comes through.
That's the one
Best
that's
Brussels sprouts I ever had in my life.
He's a good young man, David.
That's
Very
the
good
one
young man.
that's the one that his channel is San Joaquin Jr.
Yeah, that's San Joaquin
Mhm.
Jr. He's a veteran. He's a father.
Yep.
He's a husband, a father. He's also my grandson's coach for wrestling. He also, my son Junior, also does jujitsu. Man, he's entered 3
Beautiful.
tournaments. He's taken
Brilliant
first
talent.
place, second place, and third place in 3 different tournaments. And
I remember you
he's
telling
just
me.
he stays busy, man, and fucking fun to be around him. My oldest son's really fun, man, to be around. All my sons are cool, man. They're amazing.
How many sons you got?
I got 4 boys. One of them is actually a correction officer.
Do they all
Oh,
audit?
is he?
No, 3 of them audit. Nate skates. My son Nicky, he has a San Joaquin Audits channel. My son Junior has San Joaquin Junior, and my other son, he's a correction officer. But 3 of my boys, they do the audits. They do these videos, and
That's
Yeah,
my
they
boy
just-
Junior. He be showing me love. He always shows me love. That's my boy.
Hey, hang on a second, guys. Farlap, did you just? Wow, man, he gifted 10 Rights Crispy memberships. Thank you, brother.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Wow.
that's awesome.
That's awesome. I every penny that I get in donations goes to this cause. I don't put anything to me or my own personal use. I put it to helping
Helping
this cause.
helping prostitutes get through college.
Yeah, it's that too. You know, I know. Amber needs to learn how to read.
Candy has to get a degree.
Hey, you guys know I have a scammer channel, right? Where I do scammer payback.
Scammer
No,
payback.
I've been watching some of those lately. They're funny.
I'm getting a call from this guy in Pakistan right now.
Yo, scammer payback did. I think he did.
Hello?
Like a major scammer thing with like.
I'm
6
better than
different
you,
people.
Bosarique. What's up?
What did you say?
Do you want a job?
Yeah, I want a job.
Can you find Rajesh Goenka for me?
What sort of job you have?
Looking for Rajesh Goenka. Open your ears, Bosarique.
Just a second, bro.
Take your time.
Can you speak louder?
Find Rajesh Goenka for me.
Just a second. Yeah.
Do you know who Rajesh Goenka is?
Yes.
Okay, can you find him?
Your man. But.
Hey, look, do you have terima kabur in your mouth? Take it out and talk like a man. Do you want a job, yes or no?
Just motherfucker, I'm gonna shit on your mouth. You know your mama is a good cocksucker. I like her ass.
Listen, I eat teriyaki chewed for lunch, and it tastes like dog. It could be one of your fathers.
Shit on your mouth and your mom as well. Oh, he's a motherfucker.
Listen, Randy. Let me talk to your badwa. Randy, let me talk to your badwa.
What's happened here? Why?
Okay, there we go. You're the badwa? Why did you put your Randy on the phone to talk to me? You're the pimp. Don't put your prostitutes on anymore. Let me talk to you. You want a job? I'll give you a job. You could be my captain in Bungulara or Kolkata, wherever you are.
I'm in Los Angeles, California right now.
Oh, yeah. You wish. You're on a dusty road and you're saving up your rupees to buy a scooter. Shut up.
You're talking like you're not talking.
You're not talking. You know what? 1 billion of your own people hate your guts, let alone the rest of the world.
Fuck.
He hung up.
That one hurt.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That one hurt.
He's got to think
Sorry,
about that one
folks.
tonight.
Yeah, that's my other channel.
How do you get him to call you?
Marachor.
Because they call like 30 times a day, and I record them all. I'm gonna put them on my other channel when I get a minute. Oh, he's calling again. Do you guys want to hear it? Type 1 if you want to hear it.
Do the Christopher Walken.
Hello. How are you this evening? You have a voice changer. I don't think that's fair. I'm doing this on my own.
It's my real voice. It's my real voice. It's my own sound. You fucking asshole.
Do you have something of substance, anything material that you want to share with all of us tonight?
What tonight? Go ahead.
Listen, little known fact, we're going to find your boss. We're going to put him in cuffs. Indian police are going to throw him in jail for robbing little old ladies. Actual crimes with victims. Do you understand?
Listen to me.
Bold, Buzdin.
वो सीढ़ी के किधर बैठा हुआ है पैन चौदह
You're Bakri Chod.
हम तुम्हारी माँ का चोद.
Listen, you have Teddy Makabur in your mouth. Take it out. Talk like a man.
ठीक है बच्चे. Hey, grow up, man. I'm not a fat lady. I'm not standing in the front of bar. Just talk with me.
You're not a fat lady in the front of a bar. You sound like a little tiny guy.
In front of the bar. Okay, grow up. Grow up. Just talk with me.
Listen,
Okay?
earlier today when you called me from your scam center, were your feet hitting the floor or were they just swinging off the edge of the seat, little fella? How tall are you? Oh, he hung up. So that's how I spend my day. Talking to these guys.
I seen one
they
guy
are
that
able
actually
to call
hacks
back.
into their computers.
Huh? Yeah, no. I
No,
know
yeah.
a couple of those guys who do, and
Yeah.
and I've gotten a lot of information from them. So if you heard me say bosarique, that means born of a loose vagina. Bakri chod is goat fucker. Randy is prostitute. Badwa is
Put your channel link up there, Finn, so that everybody can start subscribing to your other channel.
yeah.
And somebody gifted some more memberships too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my gosh, man, who did that? Thank you, everybody, for your support, man. I promise you that I'm gonna put this to good use. You know, I don't ask for anything, but I do understand how some people, if you're, sitting at home and you see like, hey, maybe your grandma got scammed and you want to help fight those scammers. Those people made $10 billion last year off of the United States alone. They scammed the UK and Australia as well, but just $10 billion. One scam center makes $60,000 a day. So for all the troll channels watching and hating us, why aren't there any troll channels about the stupid pranksters spraying people in Home Depot Garden Center or any of these scammers? Why aren't there troll channels for that? Why don't you focus your hatred? Oh, because one of two reasons. One, you don't have the guts to do what we do, or two, you're mad at the messenger that showed that your hero is actually a coward. Right?
What is these scam centers? What's their scam? Like, how are they getting money from people?
Different things. They get people to switch their Medicare. They get people to sign up for life or death insurance programs, and a bunch of stuff. They find all kinds of niches, but
Just get their credit card numbers and
they get old people. One of the main things they do is they get old people to say that they were accidentally given too much money into their account. So they tell them to sign on to AnyDesk, which gives them remote access to their computer. So this person will go online and log into their bank account, and the remote user changes the HTML of what they're seeing on their screen, not anything being sent over the internet. Just what's on their screen gets changed to show that they have way more money in their account, which is not true. And they feel bad. They're like, oh, ma'am, you're going to get me fired. And they get them to return that money, which was never given to them in the first place. It's just being drafted out of their account. And they rob old people of thousands and thousands of dollars a day just with that stupid little trick of changing the HTML. But what they don't know is that when they're doing that remote access, it's a bridge. So if they get me, I'm going to get into their computer. Just like they can get into my dummy computer that I have set up to look like an old lady's, I can get into theirs. Who has a dog?
That's mine, my bad.
That's okay.
She'll shut up right now.
Fake Mike Real News say, hey, Skywalking. Yeah, man. Sorry, I got that call and it threw us off track from our community's focus, but that was fun, wasn't it?
That was fun, man. I've seen you do.
That was entertaining, yeah.
I've heard several of those before, and they're fucking hilarious, bro.
Dude, I'm on the road with Rogue Nation, and I get them. He and I start cracking up because he hears the best ones that I don't even get recorded because we're just on the road, and I don't have both my devices and stuff.
I remember you did. I remember you did one when we were all with you in the car, and you had everybody fucking busting up. You remember that shit?
Yeah. I remember we were going through the drive-through, and I was like, "Hey guys, tell me what you want to order." And your sons were like, "What? What are you talking about? Just tell me what you want. I'm gonna order it in Christopher Walken."
Yeah, I got that recorded, bro. The shit's
Oh,
hilarious.
you did? Nice. We'll have chicken breast, free range, what have you. Yeah, Viva Pyrogi. Pyrogi is Scammer Payback. Subscribe to his channel, and please let him know Wrights Crispy sent you, and that I appreciate his work. He works with this guy called Ryan Montgomery. If you guys don't know who Ryan Montgomery is, look him up. He's a hacker, but a white hat hacker who has little girl trying to get on camera. No, thank you. No, Pyro
Bomb.
had Ryan Montgomery on, and he has compiled a list of, those people who do bad things to people who are a certain age, and he's working to get them all locked up because he was able to hack into all their stuff, and he has like a list of like a Epstein list of people.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Much love to everybody.
All right, brother. Thanks for being here, man.
Peace out, bro. Good to see you.
Keep giving those tyrants in New York City the hard time they deserve.
And I'll see you soon, brother.
Did you see those? Did you see those little babies crying at the end of the video? I put patched in there with them crying about retiring. There's no respect for us in the street anymore. Yeah, you guys did it to yourselves.
Babies, bunch of babies.
Really, they're trying to convince people that they're the victims when they're out there victimizing people, man. It's so messed up. It's like, please stop all these people who are pointing out how we just rob people. I can't take it anymore.
All these cameras, we can't get away with what we used to.
Right?
Yeah, that's what they're really upset about. The body cams and stuff they can't get away with, and they realize that, and they're,
Welcome aboard, everyone who is now a member. I'm seeing all these Wrights Crispy logos after people's, man, Farlap, God bless, man. He's down in New Zealand, right? The Kiwi. That's a patriot of the world. That's awesome. So yeah, man, we're coming up on an hour, right? And we are actually over an hour. Yeah.
Yes.
This was a lot of fun.
Can they see me or no?
definitely.
No, we can't see. Now we can. Junior, thanks for coming on, man.
What's up, gentlemen?
Mhm.
Dude,
How are
I
you,
actually
man?
wanted you guys to meet these two dudes because he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Junior, Semper Fi, double dog.
Yeah,
What's
I
going
met
on?
him before.
Aw, snap, dude.
Well, I mean, on here. I never met him in person, but one day I will, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, guys. We gotta freaking set something up where we all meet each other.
We tried when they were down here, bro. We tried, but it was just such a rush trip. But next time for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
We'll
might
go to
come
St.
you.
Augustine
I
together.
might come see, come say hello.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. It's good to see you guys, Rob. How you doing, buddy? I'm good, man. Just freaking coaching wrestling and living life, dude.
Good.
So with the chat. What do you guys so what's going on? What you guys talking about? Finn. Dang, Finn, look at you, man. Got the green screen going in the back.
Yeah, I like
Jeez,
that. The USA right back there. It looks nice, right? It blends in perfectly too.
I didn't even see that, dude. Damn, Dad, when'd you get that? Finn sent it to me when I was in. Not, dude.
about over a year ago, right?
Dang, you didn't give me nothing for our birthday, Finn. That's messed up, dude. Sick, dude. Sick, bro. You didn't even tell me happy birthday, bro. Sick, dude.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, yourself. Totally forgot to tell you, brother. Super late. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, no,
Dang,
I did
sick,
tell you
dude.
through your dad.
Sick, bro. That's all right, dude. I mean, I see where I fall. It's not. No, it's not. I'm not mad. You know, just.
Hey,
It's all
one
good,
thing,
Finn.
like I just to give you guys a bit of insight, because all you see is our videos and stuff, but you don't know that we all talk to each other a lot over the phone or in text messages. Like Rob and I, we haven't done a video together in years, but we've been getting more and more in touch lately, especially. But San Joaquin and I, we talk almost every day, and we talk about our kids, our family, and I got to tell you, your dad and I are both proud of the father that you have become.
Thank
You're
you,
an
dude. I
awesome
appreciate
dad,
that.
man. That's above anything. That's what's most important. If you could raise your kids right to be good people to the rest of the people here, you're doing your job right.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. There ain't no damn playbook to this stuff, so I'm just learning as I go. I got good examples of Dad and Finn and everybody I've come across. I always try to take a little bit of knowledge from them and advice. I'm never too big, you know. I'm never too egotistical to take advice. I'm always trying to bend everybody's ear. Like, hey, what's going on, man? Like, you got anything you can tell me or show me? Like, I never know too much. You can never know
That's
too
the
much.
jujitsu. That's the jujitsu.
You can't bend their ear, you bend their elbow.
Jesus. Oh, Finn, come on, dude. Yeah, you make a great cop, Finn. That's crazy, dude.
Don't say that to me, man.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Just
You-
joking. Just joking.
Now,
Not
I'd have to part my hair. Like
for everybody that doesn't understand, me and Finn love each other. We're really good friends, but I always have to bust his balls because
he does. Hey, but you know what? I drink hot bean water now. I drink black coffee, no sugar, because of you.
whoa, dude, look at you, man. I'm proud of you, Finn. You gotta stop with the sugar, brother.
Shamed me into not enjoying my coffee anymore.
Enjoy. You can still enjoy it, dude. Just I would say, you know, maybe not 10 packets of sugar, maybe 2, you know, at most.
There's no more fun. Norton Railway said that the thumbnail nailed it. You guys, did you see the thumbnail for this live stream?
Yeah.
We were having the Stone Sailor come back, so I had to show the difference between indica and sativa.
That's right.
You can see it in Forrest Whitaker's eyes.
That's dope, man. It's good to see you guys. Good to be here, man. It's freaking haven't seen you in a minute, Finn. Haven't barely even heard from you last month, but you know, dude, it's good, man. I like this, dude.
Do you want to make it a more frequent thing? You'll be back here Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. You said what? Tuesday?
Wednesday.
It'd have to be early. My son usually practices around this time, but they had practice canceled today. So
if you want to jump on later, then that's good.
That works for me too.
Cool.
I know you older fellas don't like freaking sleeping and everything. So like, you guys gonna have to let me know so I can drink some coffee or something.
Right on. Yeah, we pack it in pretty early. I do. I don't know how your dad does it. Dude.
What are you talking about? You're 3 hours ahead and you're still go to bed after everybody else. That doesn't make any sense to me, dude.
No, your dad sleeps like 2 hours a night and wakes up and is a machine and pumps out like 5 videos like he's Stephen King writing books.
Yeah. How do you think I feel, dude? I'm trying to match his work ethic. I wake up, there's a video posted. I go to sleep, there's a video posted. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm not doing enough, dude.
Right. And Rob, people put Rob Farlow, Stone Sailor's link in the description because you do a lot of live streams too. You got one in the morning and one at night.
Yeah, I just play around. I just play around, you know, to get the channel up. I'm not trying to be big guys like you. I don't want.
You have really interesting guests, and you have former prisoners telling their stories. You also have like mob bosses on there and like Italian
Yeah,
Costa
Rob, that's legit. That's legit, Rob.
Well, I met a few in my travels, the mob bosses. So, you know, working in the prison. So.
That's dope, dude. I'm over here looking up the camera. You guys are way ahead on the freaking phone here, so I can see you guys.
Yeah. Well, all right, gentlemen.
Speaking-
We got 111 watching, only 172 likes. So if you haven't slapped that like button yet.
Speaking of, guys, I'm going to have to say good night. I got to take the dogs out and get some things together. It was an honor being here as always, and I love seeing you guys, man. You guys look great. And San Joaquin, you know, hey, every day we talk, you know that, brother. And I love you. Okay, I love both you guys. You guys are great, man.
Love you,
Oh, yeah,
too.
Rob.
Good people. Yeah, good people. I'm blessed to have friends like you in my life. So I just want to let you
Rob.
guys know that.
We love you too, bro. You're awesome, dude. Everybody here is
bless,
awesome. Yes, you guys rock, dude.
God bless, guys. All
Everybody
Wednesday.
doesn't tell. We probably don't hear it a lot, but everybody here rocks, dude. I'll tell you that right now.
right.
Heck yeah. All right, fellas. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Now that the Stone Sailor's gone, he's letting us know it's time to we've said what we had to say for this
Well, yeah,
week.
if we leave the live stream up to you, we'll be here another 3 hours, dude. So
Yeah. No, because I did want to go over videos and stuff, but we'll leave that for next week or the week after that. We have a bunch more shows to come.
yeah,
If
dude.
Wednesday
Hey,
works for everybody.
let me know. Hey, you can always shoot. You have my number. You can always shoot me a text. You don't have to be a stranger. I'm not gonna get mad if you text me, Finn. You know.
All right.
Just shoot me a text, brother. Remind me. I'm a busy man, so just.
I
hit me
know
up.
you're busy. That's why I've been, I know your dad is busy too, but I haven't texted you as much because I didn't know you were as approachable, but I will change that now.
Oh, okay, Finn. All right, dude.
Tool
Hey,
for life.
that was a bad excuse. Come on, dude. You're better than
What
that.
up, man?
That's a shitty excuse.
Nah, I love you guys. I'm gonna go get dinner started for everybody here. You guys have a good one, all right?
Buen provecho, mano.
What up, my brother Finn?
What's up, Toe for Life? Thanks for being here, brother. I
What up,
always
what up?
show up in live streams. I can only, return the favor.
Yeah. Hey, I just jumped in real quick because I'm watching the chat, man. I keep seeing this SJVT. Like, who's this guy? I don't know who this SJVT guy is.
What's up, Tough for Life?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah.
What's up, Erie? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I just jumped on, man. I'm out here moving some stuff around, man. I had somebody move out my house the other day, so. But
Hey,
I
at
just
least
wanted.
you're not floating in an inner tube off a boat, like auditing Erie County that one time. He was in a live stream. He was on a boat, and then he was on.
Nah, dog, that was a green screen.
I wish I was on a boat. I wish I was on a boat. It's nothing but dry land around here.
That was Rogue Nation's 100 subscriber live.
I think so. Yeah.
We were celebrating.
Well, I mean, Wright Crispy came on my panel in the shower. I'm just saying.
I did do that. I did that once, and now every time there's a live stream, James Madison is biting my rhymes.
Oh,
Too much shower now.
Shade.
Biting
Shade
my
on
rhymes.
Madison.
Hey, but thanks for coming on here, man. We were just about to sign off. Unless anybody has any questions, comments, agreements, disagreements, final statements.
No.
Dawn
Might be
and
seeing you
Hawaii.
soon, though.
Yes, sir.
Bring some
Yeah,
Chevettas.
not up there. I'll be up there soon, but you're gonna be down here soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Real quick, I've been wanting to say something before we sign off.
Yes, please.
There's a lot of auditors out there fighting charges. A lot of us have been arrested. A lot of people are still fighting charges and stuff like that. A lot of folks can't pay for attorneys, so they have to use public defenders and stuff. I would like to see if we can get people to rally around certain folks that are fighting charges and maybe start watching their videos where the incident happens and then try to look up some, court case laws, Supreme Court case laws or something that'll help them and prepare them to go to court. Have them write down a bunch of these case laws and have them get prepared before they even go to court, so that they, even if they're using a public defender, they can say, here, pat them on the back and say, here's a list. This is what you're going to present for me. You know what I mean? And we sometimes we have people in the comments that are even smarter than us. You guys in the comments, let's start rallying around. When people get arrested, let's start letting all the auditors know. Let's do what we can to help guide us in the right direction so that we can help start defending ourselves in court. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
And
stronger
thanks to
together as a
everybody who was
community for sure.
on panel and everybody in the chat, everybody watching. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of this live stream, no, I'm not being arrested. For everybody who joined my live stream to see if that's what it was. Because usually I tell people to hit the bell notification, because most of the time, not every time I go live, it's because a stupid cop is about to arrest me and I need you, the viewer, to call in and call flood that agency, let them know that the world is watching them earn a lawsuit. But this time, it's what we're going to start doing on Wednesday nights, Wednesday Night Live. So join us back here.
Ooh, can I be involved? Ooh.
Yeah, come on out, man. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Auditing Erie County.
Did you hear
Thanks,
me?
King. Thanks, Toe for Life. Thanks, Good Guy
You mute
Audit.
me or what? Hello.
No, you're still there, man. We could hear you. And thanks, Rob Farlow. And thanks again, everybody, bro.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
bro. Much love, guys. Love you guys.
Toodles.
You guys hit that.